Hi guys, it's Kayleen standing outside a brand new Grand Design Imagine XLS floor plan. I'm so excited to show it to you. I think that this floor plan is going to be a hit. It is just in that right kind of mid-size range and includes bunk beds so you can bring the kids with you. I think families are going to love this. It's nice and spacious on the inside. So let's just get started with going through it. This is the Imagine XLS 22 BHE, all new for 2024. And like I said before, I think that once we get inside and you see this floor plan, if you've got kids or family members that you need bunk beds for, but you don't want to be getting into a 30-foot travel trailer, this is going to be an awesome floor plan for you. It is a 22-foot floor plan, but your actual total length from the front to the bumper is going to be almost 25.5 feet. So it puts you in that comfortable mid-size range where you're not hauling around something super long, but still allows plenty of room for guests to come along. So we're just going to start out up front here. You've got your power tongue jack on board and the two 20-pound propane tanks. But then moving over to your campsite that I kind of gave you that sneak peek view of as I was going through some information about this travel trailer, you'll see your pass-through storage compartment. So in here, you've got the motion sensing LED light strip, and this is new for 2024. They used to do a little puck light in here that was motion sensor, but this just helps brighten things up even more with lights going all the way down this part of your front cap on the inside here. Another new thing for 2024, you've got this puncture resistant, not laminated basement flooring. This is going to be a lot more weather resistant as well. And overall, I think it's just a smart addition to the Grand Design Imagine layouts, because a lot of times the stuff that you're packing down in here might be stuff like firewood or heavy tools, and that can puncture anything that's laminated or vinyl. So I love that they've done this. As you can see in here, you have lots of space. You've got this crank for your manual stabilizers, hookup for your outdoor shower, and your 30-amp power cord is going to be included in here. On the 2024s for the Imagine XLS lineup, you do have inverter prep already set up for you. So if you are one of those people that's looking for something that you can take off grid and you won't always need to be hooked up to shore power to use, that's an awesome feature that makes it a lot easier to get you set up for solar compatibility. As we move along this side here, you've got this 18-foot awning. It covers a majority of the camp side of your trailer. So here it is over the door. You've got this middle support bracket, which is something that Grand Design's been doing for a while. That's a little bit different than what everyone's doing. Not to say that they're the only ones with that middle support bracket, but that just helps when you've got this huge awning here to prevent it from bowing in or dipping over time, just due to the weight of having a larger awning on here. So love that little extra touch. It's just meant to help keep things in better shape for more years of use. On this side here too, you have your outdoor cable hookup, outlets. This is your freshwater fill here for your freshwater tank. And then if we take a look at the tires, something new for 2024 that Grand Design is doing also that is super easy to recognize when you're out taking a look at a bunch of different campers. They're painting red in here to signify that this has the ABS braking system on board. I think this is an awesome addition, and it's just going to help you feel safer while towing and have more of an ease of towing overall. So loving that add-on, and it seems like the people that are reaching out to us on the 2024s are loving that too. So let me know what you think. If you have an experience with a new Imagine that has the ABS braking system, tell me about it in the comments. Before we move over to the other side, you have your black tank flush here, and then your spray port all along the campsite here. Now this view of the back of the camper, you have your backup cam, your ladder, and this new for 2024 receiver hitch on back. You can do up to 300 pounds of vertical mount towing here. So this is perfect if you and the kids like to go biking at your campsite. You can put one of those vertically mounted bike racks back here and have that on board with you outside as you're traveling. Also back here, you've got your 30-amp hookup. On your off-cam side, you'll see a sneak peek. You've got two slide outs on this side. Once we get into the floor plan, you're going to see how that really opens things up in this layout. But before we head inside, here on the other side of your pass-through storage compartment, you do have your docking station. You've got battery and solar disconnects here, and outlets, outdoor shower, freshwater hookup, all of the good stuff. So now we are going to go ahead and head inside and take a look at what the 22 BHE looks like from the inside. All right, so here we go with the first look. And you can see right away that your main living area with this deep slide out has a lot of room to move around. You've got a nice big kitchen here. Lots of counter space and storage space. We're going to back up for a second. Right when you walk into the door, you have your control panel. So slide out controls here, awning controls, ceiling lights, awning light, and this main light actually controls your LED strip lights on the ceiling for the whole camper. But the cool thing is they've added this little dimmer switch. So you drag that down, and if it's later on at night and you don't want things to be so vibrantly bright here, you can turn them down a little bit to have more of an evening lighting setting. So just a small touch, but something that makes this feel more comfortable. To start off in front, you do have a Murphy bed on board in here. So in the daytime, you've got this sofa seating along with your booth dinette over here. But then when we drop this down, you're going to have your master bed. The mattress that they have in this floor plan right now is the 60 by 78, so just a little bit shy of a true queen. A couple ways you can make your way around that. If you've got a flexible enough mattress, you probably could fit a true 60 by 80 in here with all that extra space that you have. Or you can keep the original mattress and put a memory foam topper on it if you are trying it out, think it's not the most comfortable. Because let's be honest, the first thing to go from a camper is usually the mattress. They don't really have Camperpedic at the factories, so they're not always the best, but there's ways around that. So again, with this extra space here, you could probably fit a flexible 60 by 80, or you could get memory foam topper, pop that on there, and have a more comfortable bed in the front. The nice thing about having a Murphy bed in a travel trailer this size is not only does it allow more seating space, but just space in general. Imagine if this bed was always out here. You wouldn't have as much room in this open floor plan here to walk around, do your thing, be in the kitchen, have the kids running around. But anyway, people definitely have their opinions about Murphy versus Murphy bed. It seems like one of those things where people either love it or they hate it. So let me know what you think about Murphy beds in general and how they've done it in this floor plan in particular in the comments. But before we open that up to show you what it looks like with the Murphy bed down, let's take a look at a little bit of this storage. All right, this looks a little chaotic, but I'm going to zoom in. So you've got some space down there. You have outlet hookups on each of your bedside tables down below. You have 2 storage drawers, closet space, all on each side. You've still got the bed sheets in there. I'm gonna have to make this bed after this. We just got this one in a couple days ago, so this is fresh on the lot. This is our first 22 BHE to come in. Take a look at these drawers. This one comes out equally as much. All right. So this is what your almost queen bed is going to look like drop down. So just to show you how far that comes out in comparison to the size of this floor plan, you could honestly, if you really didn't want to have to reset it up, leave it down all the time, because you can still easily make it past the door into your main living area. But this is what that looks like. You've got the reading lights up above the bed here. So you can do blue light, kind of like an amber light, or just keep them off. And then down here you have that classic, let's shed some light on this subject. Boom. That classic outlet and USB little cubby compartment. This is great for CPAP compatibility if you're a CPAP user. Otherwise, just a nice place to tuck away some books, your phone, charge it at night. I guess the way of the world is Kindle, so you can charge a Kindle there. I'm a big traditional paper book reader, but hey. So now in your first slide room here that opens up your living room space, you have this booth. What I love about this is they have done windows all surrounding, so when it's a nice summer day and it's not freezing like it is right now, this is great to crack open the windows, smell the fresh spring or summer breeze, and get some good natural airflow in here. But then behind that booth, you have your entertainment center. Looks like you've got the TV on a swivel bracket, so you can move it out a little bit if you want to view from the booth here. This person might struggle a little bit unless they're tilting their head back, but you've got good viewing from your Murphy bed sofa as well. You do only have the one AC on board, but it is ducted throughout this entire floor plan, so you'll get some nice airflow in here. You have the thermostat control right here, and on this little table underneath your TV, you have USB pop-up hookups. This also has that, I don't really know what they call it, like the MagSafe is for iPhone, but the touch charger. And then you have some outlets here too, and just a little bit of extra space under here to store some things. Maybe if you bring a DVD player, a Roku, movies, you can put those all under here. Now we'll look at the kitchen. The kitchen space in this floor plan, for the size that it is, I think is pretty impressive. You've got this pop-up table right next to your sink, and then for the sink you have the farmhouse style, just single bowl sink here. But take a look at all this storage. You have storage compartments above the sink, and those go back pretty deep. You have some storage below the sink too. And then you've got some storage drawers here. You've got this big, deep storage drawer underneath your oven. And there's more storage. We'll get to that in a second. For your appliances, you have the microwave, 3-burner gas stovetop, and an oven. And here we have the 12-volt refrigerator. Nice and spacious. And this is a pretty standard size fridge for something of this size. But now, before we get into the bathroom or the bunk room, we'll take a look at this. You've got some additional pantry space. These are some really deep shelves here, so you can pack up some extra things. Make sure you're set for the week, weekend, whatever it may be. Before we head back into the bunk room, let's take a look in the bathroom here. When you walk down this hallway, you kind of come at a crossroads. You got to pick one or the other. But the bathroom, there's a good amount of space to walk around in here. You have your medicine cabinet with the mirror here that has some storage shelving. And then shower with a skylight, so this is pretty tall person friendly, with some storage compartments all along the side of the shower. You've got this corner toilet, towel rack. You have this control for your tankless water heater, and then your sink with some storage down below here too. Some more compartments here. If we move out into the bunk room now, this is what you're going to see when you first walk in. You can tell my battery pack's dying because I have this on full lighting mode and the lights are starting to flicker. So I only have, I'll show it to you, just a cute little battery that I hook up to these when I film videos. But that's not as important. We're gonna look at this first. So when you first walk in, you have this coat hook here. You have outlet and USB directly next to your first twin bunk, and then you also have outlet and USB underneath that second twin bunk. So here are those bunk beds. They both have windows right next to them, again, for some natural airflow. And then for storage, you don't just have the storage drawers beneath this bottom bunk bed. You also have some compartments all along the wall on the opposing side. With this added slide room in the bunk room, compared to other bunk houses this size, you really get a good amount of space to move around. It doesn't feel like you're crushed in here and all you can do is sleep. You actually, with this top bunk, can flip it up And if you want to use this as hangout space for the kids for part of the day, they can sit down here and use it as a little sofa seat. But the other thing I kind of think of when I see a floor plan like this, if you're someone who's trying to decide between getting something with a small bunk room or just going with a couples camper because maybe the kids come with you sometimes but not all of the time, this is a really nice option because with this folded up especially, you could kind of convert this. You could make this into storage space. This could be a whole storage room when you don't have kids with you, but then when they do come with, if it's kind of an every off chance thing, then you do have this availability for extra sleeping space in its own kind of private area rather than having corner bunks in an exposed area where everyone's kind of hanging out in the same room, because you do have this pocket door that closes this off, so the kids' room will be very much separated from your bed up here in the front. I am just obsessed with how this bunk room looks. The extra space with the slide I think is really awesome for a travel trailer in this size range and that 25.5-foot kind of mark. So I'm just going to show that to you one more time again here. Awesome. Well, that just about does it for the tour. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you've heard of this floor plan and maybe haven't gotten the chance to come out and see it yet, because it is so new, and I don't know who's all gotten it before us, but this is our first one, so I was super excited to come check this out when we got it in, and I just couldn't wait to share it with you guys. So let me know what you think. Would you and your family camp in this floor plan? How would it work with your lifestyle? If you're someone that has the kids with you sometimes, but not all of the time, do you think that this floor plan would be on your list of floor plans to check out? Super excited to hear from you and very excited for more tours to come. Thanks so much for watching and see you next time. Bye!